May 19th, 2021. President Joe Biden has maintained his public support toward Israel even as he adopted a somewhat sharper private tone with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A calculus shaped by Mr. Biden's longtime relationship with the Israeli leader, as well as by growing hopes that Israel's military operations against Hamas are nearing an end. In a phone call on Monday, Mr. Biden warned Prime Minister Netanyahu that he could fend off criticism of the Gaza strikes for only so long. In Jerusalem, it is estimated that the military operation in Gaza will end within a few days because the IDF and Hamas have both reached their respective goals. Despite this evaluation, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made it clear on Tuesday that he currently has no intention of halting Israel's current operation in Gaza.
Well, we hope that it doesn't continue very long, but we were attacked by Hamas on our National Day, Jerusalem Day, unprovoked attacks on Jerusalem, and then thousands of rockets and missiles on our cities. And I think any country has to defend itself. It has a natural right of self-defense. We'll do whatever it takes to restore order and quiet and the security of our people and deterrence. We're trying to degrade Hamas's terrorist abilities and to degrade their will to do this again. So it'll take some time. I hope it won't take long, but it's not immediate.
China accused the U.S. on Wednesday of threatening the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. This comes after a U.S. warship again sailed through the sensitive waterway that separates Taiwan from its giant neighbor. The U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet said the USS Curtis Wilbur conducted a routine Taiwan Strait transit on Tuesday in accordance with international law. A spokesman of China's Eastern Theater Command expressed strong opposition and condemned the move, which comes amid heightened tensions between the two powers. Spain deployed its military to the Moroccan border Tuesday and expelled nearly half of the thousands of migrants who jumped fences or swam onto European soil over 2 days after Rabat loosened border controls amid a deepening diplomatic spat. The sudden influx of migrants has fueled the diplomatic spat between Rabat and Madrid over the disputed Western Sahara region and created a humanitarian crisis for Ceuta, the Spanish city of 85,000 in northern Africa on the Mediterranean Sea.
I can inform you that 2,700 people have already been sent back. I repeat, 2,700 people who have entered our country illegally in the last few hours. We will continue these efforts for as long as possible.
Mi prioridad como presidente del gobierno de España.
At this time, my priority as the Spanish Prime Minister is to guarantee transit on the border with Morocco, provide the cities of Ceuta and Melilla with all the necessary means to solve the humanitarian crisis that this arrival of people implies, and proceed to the immediate return of anyone who has entered Ceuta and Melilla irregularly.
A North Carolina prosecutor says police were justified in the fatal shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. The 42-year-old Andrew Brown Jr. was killed while behind the wheel of his car on April 21st in Elizabeth City, as county sheriff's deputies were serving a warrant for his arrest on a felony drug charge. District Attorney Andrew Womble said Brown's shooting death, while tragic, was justified due to his actions.
Mr. Brown's death, while tragic, was justified because Mr. Brown's actions caused 3 deputies with the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office to reasonably believe it was necessary to use deadly force.
The Biden administration has approved 3 detainees at Guantanamo Bay for release to countries that agree to impose security conditions among them. But it is unclear where the 3 men will go or when, in part because the State Department has to make diplomatic and security arrangements with countries to take them. Some of the other detainees who have been cleared for release over the years have been waiting for a decade for another country to agree to take them. In some instances, countries are asked to continue to jail the detainees or put them on trial. A man was slashed in the neck at a Manhattan subway station on Tuesday. The 45-year-old victim and the suspect had gotten into a fight on a train platform when the suspect pulled out a knife and slashed the victim across the throat. The victim was taken to a hospital and was expected to survive. The attack happened just one day after Mayor Bill de Blasio announced the NYPD would deploy an additional 250 officers to the subway system to combat a spike in violent crime.